Good time zones, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Bristol Motor Speedway for round number 8 of the Variety Pack Series right here on the Sensational TV, which is presented by the Average Joe Sim Racing League. That's right, we are absolutely going dirt racing with the NASCAR trucks, and we've got a good action-packed race for you guys coming up right here on Sensational TV. Now, before we get to it, let's go ahead and take a look at your current championship point standings. Out front, Stephen Blevins with 223 points. He is followed by Justin Day and Brian Day, back with 220 and 215 points total. But David Forch, who's been on an absolute tear the last couple of races, he's up to 4th with 200 points. And rounding out your top 5 for the Rabbit Hole Motorsports, 195 is his points. It's going to be Brian Cook. Jay Rushing, Isaiah Adams are both in 6th and 7th. Nolan McClurg, Jonathan Day, Stephen Linger, Blake Hewlett, Ryan McClurg, Josh Westendorf, Terrence Murphy, Willie Smith, Wayne Graves, John Sheen, Michael Boyd will round out your top 18. And to round out your field, it's going to be Robert Sheen, Robbie Holshouser, Michael Weaver, Riley Watts, Brad G, Michael Ware, Brady Zoller, Zachary Tyler, Austin Guerrero, and Austin Oliver will round out your championship standings here. Oh yeah. And let me go and get that updated right here for you guys real quick. There it goes. All right, so one of our first drivers is out. It's going to be Brian Day right now. On top of the board, it's going to be Justin Day. Justin Day just put down a faster lap of a 18.511. Brian Day is coming out of turn number 3 and 4 now. Not able to better his lap time. Oh, let's see who is coming out right now. David Forch in that number 06 machine for Carbon Performance. Heading down here into turns 3 and 4, I believe it is. And coming back to the start-finish line, he's going to put down a lap time of a 18.517, so he could still better his lap time here. (18.534) was the best that he was able to do. Brian Cook, he's coming around to finish his second lap now, as he puts down a lap time of a 18.884. And Willie Smith, he put down a great first lap of an 18.261, so he's not that far off of your pole sitter currently of Isaiah Adams. He was able to put down a 205. And Isaiah Adams, he did put down a lap time of an 18.151. Alrighty, and it looks like most everybody has qualified at the moment. before we get down to it, ladies and gentlemen, do you ever feel like there's more to the story than what you're being told? Well, it's time to go down the rabbit hole with Jason, Jamie, Brian, and Jeff as they dive deep into the world's most fascinating conspiracy theories, hidden histories, and unexplained mysteries from secret government programs to strange events that never quite add up. Every episode will pull back another layer of the story. So if you love asking questions, connecting the dots, and exploring the unknown, well, go grab your headphones and start your descent at rabbitholepodcast.com, or you can find them right here on YouTube. Just go search for Rabbit Hole Podcast. Again, you guys can join Jason, Jamie, Brian, and Jeff as they look for answers for the questions that we all may have. And I'm telling you guys, it's actually a fun little podcast. I enjoy listening to it for sure. Alright, we have just a couple moments here left in our qualifying session before we transfer over to the race. Alrighty. Starting on the pole in that number 73 machine is going to be... Oh, this is heat race. Blake Hewlett and Willie Smith. Well, wait a second. I think I just confused myself. Hang on. All right. We're going to have to go old school on this one, guys. Alright, so Willie Smith and Terrence Murphy will make up your front row. Stephen Blevins and David Forge will make up row number 2. Nolan McClurg and Brian Day will make up row 3. Row number 4, Robbie Holshouser and Wayne Graves. And rounding out your 9-car field here for heat number 1, it's going to be Jonathan Day, as we are going to get ready to go green flag racing right here on Sensational TV. So everybody buckle up. We are in for an absolute treat here today, as the Average Joe's Sim Racing League will bring a heart-pounding dirt race right here to you. So first heat race, 25 laps. So, Willie Smith. Alright, so Willie Smith, Terrence Murphy brings the field to the green flag. Terrence Smith, he gets a little squirrely, but he will take over the race lead heading down here into turn number 1. As you say, David Forge trying to hang around that outside as they come out of turn 2 for the first time. Still side by side, coming through turns 3 and 4. Forge, Willie Smith will duke it out here for that second spot for the moment, as these drivers start to take away these laps. Still good side-by-side battle here for the second position. Willie Smith looks like he's going to take it here on the exit of turn number 4. And now everybody who's going to run single file for the moment, as Willie Smith is riding that outside lane. As you see, Forge fighting back on the inside. Forge not able to get there as he got completely crossed on the back straightaway. But now, once again, here out of turn number 4, They will run single file for the moment. Now, Willie Smith, he is on the back bumper of Terrence Murphy. He is looking to make a run here for the race lead, as we do have a battle back here for this fourth position between the 16 of Nolan McClurg and Stephen Blevins in that number 51 machine. Blevins, he's got a good run here on the exit of 4. He's going to try to take over the spot into turns 1 and 2. He's not able to do it while wrapping that high side, as we have a battle for the race lead. Terrence Murphy in that number 5. Oh, contact with Willie and Forge, and that's going to bring those guys side by side once again here in turn number 1 and 2. Now back down the back straightaway. Now sliding here through these corners. As we ride on board here with David Forch. As he is currently tracking down that number 3 of Willie Smith. As they are passing Wayne Graves in that 07 machine. Looks like Nolan McClurg, he will outrun Stephen Blevins here in that number 51 machine, followed by that beautiful number 80 of Jonathan Day, and back behind him is going to be the 70 of Brian Day, and then the 84 Robbie Holzhauser. He's struggling here just a little bit, followed by that 07 who's coming back down into the pits once again. But as of right now, it is all in the hands of that Pepsi number 5 of Terrence Murphy, as Willie Smith gets the back end of his truck into the outside wall. And that's loaded up just enough to allow David Forge to once again get to his back bumper on the front straightaway. But now they're sliding here through turns 1 and 2. Forge gets a good run here on the inside. He's not able to get a decent run though on exit due to being on the lower side of the speedway. But now he's following in the tracks of Willie Smith as they come through turns 3 and 4. And now they're going to wrap right around that berm around the middle side of the track, and as this day goes on, you're going to see that lighter color keep moving up and up and up all the way towards that outside wall. And so once that does get all the way to the outside wall, these guys are going to be rim riding Bristol Motor Speedway. But as of right now, this is your battle here for the second spot. Jumping back here to Nolan McClurg, Stephen Blevins, and Jonathan Day. These guys are duking it out here for that 4th spot. Blevins, he was able to get around McClurg in that number 51 machine. And now Jonathan Day, he's right there on the attack. He's going to try to possibly make a run here on the inside of Nolan, as we do have just about 10 laps to go this time by. Everything has settled down for the moment here. Terrence Murphy, he has pulled out to just about a 1 second lead over Willie Smith. As we continue to watch this battle back here for the 4th position, these drivers hanging it all out here on the front straightaway. Blevins gets sideways on the front stretch, and that is going to allow that 16 to really start to get to his back bumper, and that's something that you guys don't want on the straightaway. You want to be as straight as possible to keep that momentum coming down the straight. And as you see it right here, once again, that 51 machine gets all crossed up. And that's going to allow the 16 to possibly try to make a run here on the inside. Not able to get there, but he's going to try to do it here in turns 1 and 2. Now, coming out of, I'm sorry, turns 3 and 4, coming out of turn number 4, not able to get down there just yet. But every lap he is getting closer and closer as the 51 of Lemons. He gets a little extra crossed up there in turns 1 and 2. And that definitely really allows that 16. Oh, the 16, he gets super sideways. Hold on to it. That's going to allow Jonathan Day to get around him for that 5th spot. But he's going to shoot back and try to, no, he's going to spin it out here in the middle of 1 and 2. Nolan McClurg, he's going to go ahead and get it facing the correct direction as we have your race leaders coming out of turn number 2 now. As they are starting to make their way around Robbie Holzhauser in that number 84 machine. 3 laps to go this time by for your race leader of Terrence Murphy. Back down into turns 3 and 4 here. 2 to go. We got the 2 to go signal from our wonderful flagman Barney. Let me tell you what, this battle for the race lead was absolutely intense at the beginning. And the white flag will wave for Terrence Murphy in that Pepsi number 5 Toyota as he will come flying through turns 1 and 2 as he gets to the back bumper of that number 16 of Nolan McClurg. As they will come through turns 3 and 4, your Heat 1 race winner will go to Terrence Murphy, followed by Willie Smith, David Forge, Stephen Blevins, and Jonathan Day will round out your top 5. Nolan McClurg, Robbie Holzhauser, Brian Day, and Wayne Graves will round out your 9-car field here for heat race number 1. Alrighty, we are getting ready for heat race number 2. Let's go ahead and take a look here at your starting lineup. Justin Day in that number 10 machine, he's... Yes. You're not gonna give it to me? There goes Justin Days, and Stephen Linger will make up row number 1. Row number 2, you've got Blake Hewlett and Brian Cook. Josh Westendorf and Jay Rushing will make up row number 3. And rounding out your field for heat race number 2 is going to be Ryan McClurg and Austin Guerrero. As these drivers are getting ready to come back, green flag racing for the first time here in heat race number 2. They will get the 1 to go signal this time. Alrighty, pace truck is off. And we are green flag racing for heat number 2 for the Monday Fun Day Variety Pack Series. Justin Day quickly gets out to your race lead, followed by Stephen Linger. But we got the battle here for this 3rd spot between Brian Cook and Blake Hewlett. Right now, Brian Cook, he will take it, as they will slide here through turns 1 and 2, come down the back straight away. That 92 machine, he is doing his best to get around that 73 of Blake Hewlett, but he gets way sideways there. And now that's going to bring that number 45 of Austin Guerrero in that DuPont Chevrolet, Toyota, up to the back bumper of these two drivers here for that 4th position. So our battle for 4th has just really got heated up, and now they've gotten themselves pretty much single file at this point, as they are working lap number 4 as they come through turns 3 and 4 here once again. Now Josh Westendorf, he has gotten to the back of Brian Cook, and he's making a look for a run on him for that 3rd position. Cook way up high. Westendorf, he is hanging around that middle part of the speedway. Oh no, Brian Cook, he will get into the wall, and that's going to allow Westendorf to complete the pass for that 3rd spot as they make their way through turns 1 and 2 here once again. Right now, everybody else has gotten themselves pretty much straightened out. Right now, Justin Day in that number 10 machine for All Day Racing, he is out front, leading this field with coming to 18 laps to go this next time by. Watching this battle here for that 3rd spot. Austin Guerrero, he's looking to get around that 92. Josh Westendorf. But just like that last one, he keeps getting sideways on the front straightaway. That's causing him to slow up his momentum. And that's not what he is needing here, as they will come make their way here through turns 3 and 4. Sorry, 1 and 2. As you see the 92 get up into the wall, that's going to open up the door for Guerrero to make a run here on the inside. And now they will drag race down the front straightaway for this 3rd spot at the line. Austin Guerrero, he will take it. Look at him throw that number 45 completely sideways as Westendorf gets up into the wall. That's going to hand 3rd place over to Austin Guerrero down the back straightaway as we have 15 laps to go. Back to the start-finish line. That time Guerrero got into the outside wall as these guys are really duking it out. We do have a battle back here for that 6th spot between these 3 drivers of the 43 of Ryan McClurg, Jay Rushing, and Blake Hewlett, as these drivers are trying to duke it out for this top 6. As you guys see here, Jay Rushing now looking back to the inside of McClurg as we got a battle change for position up front. Brian Cook, he was able to get around Guerrero, but we'll get back to that action here in just a moment as we are watching this battle over here really getting intensified. Things have settled down here, and we do have a caution. The 45, he is around here out of turn number 4. A lot of damage for that number 45 of Austin Guerrero. Let's come back here and take a look, see what happened. Just coming through turns 3 and 4. He gets a little too sideways, and bam! Right into those water barrels. Definitely not what he wanted to see happen there. Boom. Yeah, definitely not what he wanted to see in that number 45 DuPont Toyota. But that's going to bring out our first caution here for the day. So we're going to line these guys up and do it again here on lap number about 17, as we do have a couple takers coming down to pit road. The 70 of Jay Rushing looks like he's going to come down and get some tires. right now, Justin Day has been very strong in this second heat race, as he did pull out to probably just about a 2 to 3 second lead over Steven Linger there on that run. So we have under 10 laps to go when we go back green flag racing. So it's going to be very interesting to see, you know, if he could keep it up in that number 10 all day machine. Steven Linger in that number 91 Linger Lures machine. He is very strong in that Ford F-150. And Josh Westendorf as well in that number 92 Energizer machine. He's been an absolute beast here today, duking it out with that number 87 to his outside of Brian Cook. So we are expecting to see more really great racing here at Bristol Motor Speedway as we get ready to go back green flag racing once again here on the Sensational TV. Alrighty, pace truck is going to get ready to pull off. It's in the hands of Justin Day as we go back green flag racing here at Bristol. And that outside lane all gets sideways, and that slows up their momentum just a tad, but that allows Steven Linger to get a really good run actually out of turn number 2 as he was looking to try to go to the outside of Justin Day, but Justin Day says not today as he will take over the race lead once again down the front straightaway as we have 6 laps to go. Linger still right there in his footsteps. Brian Cook able to work his way around the inside of Josh Westendorf. He's looking to take over that third spot for sure and start to pull away. He's not able to get there, but Linger has gotten to the back bumper of Justin Day as we have 5 laps to go here at Bristol. Which one of these drivers is going to hold it all out as they rip their way around Bristol dirt as they head back down the front straightaway back here into turn numbers 1 and 2. The 91 gets a little too loose there, loses some momentum, and he will fall back just a little bit, but he's coming back strong here in the middle of 3 and 4. Not able to get there to the back bumper of Justin Day as Justin, he starts to pull away here as they will fly themselves down the back straightaway back through turns 3 and 4. 2 laps to go this time by for Justin Day. He is doing a fantastic job here as they are making their way through turns 3 and 4. Day will see the white flag this time by. Sliding here through turns 1 and 2 down the back straightaway for the final time for this heat race. And Justin Day, he will come out of turn number 4 and he's going to win heat race number 2. Followed by Steven Linger, Brian Cook, Josh Westendorf, Ryan McClurg, Jay Rushing, Blake Hewlett, and Austin Guerrero. Alrighty, now we are going to have a 20 lap race here for the consolation race, and it's going to be on the inside. It's going to be Brian Day in that number 70 Duracell machine. To his outside, it's going to be Austin Guerrero in that number 45, and the 07 of Wayne Graves, and we'll round out your field of 3 here for 20 laps around Bristol. And we are green flag racing right here for the consolation race as these drivers make their way up here into turns 1 and 2. Now flying down the back straightaway, it's all in the hands of Brian Day for the moment. But Austin Guerrero in that number 45, he's going to try to see what he can do to get around that number 70 machine as they come flying through turns 3 and 4. I'm sorry, 1 and 2 here. Down the back straightaway. Oh, a little love tap there from Guerrero today. He says, hey, you know, you may be in the lead at the moment, but I'm still right here behind you as they make their way up here through turns on 1 and 2 once again. Still nose to tail down the back straightaway. That 70 machine getting sideways on the back stretch as they head up here into turns 3 and 4. Right now it is all in the hands of Brian Day and that number 70 Duracell Ford F-150. He is being chased by the number 45 in his DuPont Toyota. As you see Guerrero looking down low, not able to get there as both drivers get sideways on the front straightaway. And now they're going to get themselves organized. Now they're going to drag race here out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. No, Guerrero gets super sideways as he is still trying to make his way to catch up here to Brian Day. And now he's gotten back to the back bumper here of that number 70 machine. Down the back straightaway, back into turn number 1. More of a tap there from Guerrero to Brian Day as they will rock it out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. 14 laps to go here at Bristol for the consolation race. And right now, neither one of these drivers are giving up. Now, back into turns 1 and 2. Austin Guerrero, oh, I'm sorry, that was 3 and 4. Austin Guerrero getting way sideways, but then right there, Brian Day, he also got extremely loose as well as they are approaching that lap car of Wayne Graves in that 07 machine. As you see the 45, he will ride around the inside looking to get a good run here out of turn 4. He gets right there on the back bumper, but he once again, he'll get super sideways and he'll lose up all that momentum that he just had out of turn number 2. Wayne Graves, he has issues as he loops it down, heading here into turns 1 and 2. He gets up there into the wall. Then he was finally able to get off, but hits the outside wall here once again. Back to the racing action out front. Guerrero finally able to get that run on the inside as he will take over the race lead. And now Brian Day, he's got to put that Duracell battery to absolute life if he wants to get back around that number 45 DuPont Toyota of Austin Guerrero. But as of right now, Brian Day, he got up into that outside wall as we have 9 laps to go. That's not what Day needed to do, because now Guerrero has opened almost a 1 second lead over Day now. So this has turned into Austin Guerrero's race to lose. And all he's got to do is continue to keep that truck straight. But Brian Day, he is now trying to get back some of that track position that he lost. He's got to keep it nice and steady, clean hands all the way through for the next 7 laps. But as of right now, Guerrero, he's doing exactly the same thing as they come down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4 here once again. Austin Guerrero in that number 45 DuPont Toyota. He is out with the race lead as they have 6 laps to go. He is keeping his truck straight down the front straight. He's keeping it straight, coming down the back straight. He is doing everything just right as they whip around the low side of turn number 4, back to the start finish line. 5 laps to go here for Austin Guerrero. He's got to do everything right to keep that separation between himself and Brian Day in that number 70 machine. He's got himself out to a 1.5 second lead, looking to get 2 second lead on him as he comes here into 1 and 2. As we ride on board here with Austin Guerrero in that number 45 machine for Rabbit Hole Motorsports. 3 laps to go as we ride. Look at just how smooth Austin Guerrero is being right now. Little hiccup there, 2 laps to go. He's having issues. Did he not put in enough fuel to get to the end of this race? White flag is in the air for Brian Day. What a turn of events there. As Austin Guerrero, he is trying to make it now to the end of this race. Checkered flag is out. That number 70, Brian Day, and his Duracell battery Ford F-150 will take home the race win here in the consolation race, followed by, I'm assuming, the sputtering of the 45 DuPont Toyota of Austin Guerrero. And Wayne Graves, he will come home third. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, now we are going to line these guys up for 75 laps around Bristol Motor Speedway. And let's take a look at your starting lineup. Starting on the pole, it's going to be that number 11 of Isaiah Adams with the number 5 of Terrence Murphy to his outside. Row number 2, Justin Day in the number 10 machine. He'll be joined by Willie Smith to his outside. Row 3, the number 91, Stephen Linger will be joined by David Forch in that number 06 machine. Row 4, Austin Guerrero. He'll be starting on the inside. To his outside, it's going to be Brian Cook in that number 87 machine. Row number 5, Stephen Blevins in the 51 machine will be joined by the 92 of Josh Westendorf. Row number 6, Jonathan Day in that number 80 machine. He'll be joined by Ryan McClurg in that number 43 machine. Row 7, Nolan McClurg will be joined by Jay Rushing. Robbie Holshauser in that number 84 will be joined by Blake Hewitt in the number 73 machine. Row number 9, Wayne Graves will be joined by the 70 of Brian Day. And rounding out the field, that will be your field. As it looks like Terrence Murphy in that number 5 machine was unable to, for the moment, get his car started, or his truck started, so I'm not exactly sure what's going on there, but we're going to get ready to go green flag racing here at Bristol Motor Speedway for round number 8 of the Monday Fun Day Variety Pack Series presented by the Average Joe's Sim Racing League and the Rabbit Hole Podcast. As these drivers get ready, they are all now side by side, and the question's going to be, who will become the Oval Dirt King here at Bristol? Willie Smith having issues getting up and running as he will fall quickly back to that 4th position. And David Forch, he had a really strong start. He'll quickly move himself up to the 3rd, back from that 6th spot. And out front, Isaiah Adams in that number 11 machine. He's been quick all day long, as he will whip around that inside lane coming down here into turns 1 and 2 here once again. As we see David Forge, he now has company from Willie Smith on his back bumper and that number 3 machine, but Willie Smith having a lot of issues trying to get himself up there. As we drop back here to that 51 machine of Blevins, as he did get into the back bumper of Jonathan Day, but Days was able to start to pull away here as Westendorf, he's looking to the inside of Brian Cook now. He's looking to overtake Cook for that 9th position. Oh, Nolan McClure, he'll spin it around here in turns 1 and 2. And that will bring out our first caution. He just got way sideways down the straightaway, and he just had no choice but to loop it to keep it from getting into anybody and causing more of a mess. But that was really good heads up driving there out of Nolan. As we'll ride on board with him. So Nolan McClure in that number 16, he will bring out our first caution. Now, as we get ready to go back green flag racing, David Forge, he went from 6th all the way to 3rd by the time they completed the first lap. So if he can repeat what he did on that initial start, he should be able to be attacking his teammate Isaiah Adams in that number 11 machine for the race lead here early on. So that's something that we're going to have to keep our eyes out on as we get ready to go back green flag next time by. David Forge not able to get any sort of run there on that on this restart Justin Day, he is right there on the back bumper of Isaiah Adams still into that number 10 machine as he is looking to try to take the race lead here on lap number 13. Every lap he keeps getting closer and closer, and now he's right there on the back bumper. Adams, Day, nose to tail coming into turns 1 and 2 as they are making their way through the middle of the track. Day gets a little bit extra sideways, and that's going to allow Adams to pull away just a little bit more, but that's definitely not what he wanted to see there. And that's going to bring up David Forch right back to their back bumper. But let's jump back here just a little bit to Stephen Linger in that number 91 machine as he is looking on the inside of that 51 of Stephen Blevins for that 6th position. He's not able to get down there as Blevins, he will hold strong to that 6th spot. Brian Cook just got around Westendorf as Westendorf got into the outside wall in that number 92 machine. Westendorf, he is having issues with the magnet in his car or something because that back end keeps catching the turn 2 wall. And so if he wants to stop that, he's got to really change his line coming out of turn number 2. As he is now once again looking on the inside of Brian Cook for that 8th spot. He will get down there as they will drag race down the front straightaway into turn number 1. Right now, Cook, he will hold it from Westendorf as they will make their way as he gets way sideways there out of turn number 2. And he's going to lose a lot of momentum there as he got completely sideways there. Going to jump back up here to Justin Day in that number 10 machine as he is starting to have his hands full from the truck behind him of David Forch as they continue to make their way around this speedway. David Forch doing everything he can to get right to the back bumper of Justin Day. And he keeps getting himself closer and closer, but he's not able to get the job done. But of course, as I say that, he could have had that run, but he got way sideways on the exit there of that last corner. And now he's got to regain all that position track position that he just lost as they head down here into turn numbers 1 and 2 once again. Forge riding around that inside lane, not able to get a good run. He's probably going to have to change up his tactic here if he's going to want to be able to catch that number 10 machine of Day. But as of right now, Forge's teammates, Isaiah Adams in that number 11 machine, he will continue to race around this track as we got a battle back here for the 13th spot. Jay Russian, Ryan McLaren, Robbie Holzhauser will make their way here through turns 1 and 2. But they've got to be careful because they do have the race leaders coming up behind them really, really quick. So that's something that they're going to have to keep their eye on in their rearview mirror as they make their way around this track. Isaiah Adams in that number 11, he will catch up to Jay Rushing in that number 78 machine here next time by. So these guys are going to really have to start navigating their way around the lap traffic here. And Isaiah Adams, he hasn't really had to run side by side with anybody here today as he's been out front by himself for a majority of the day. But now he will have to deal with the lap traffic. Now the question is going to be, how well will he be able to manage and maintain that race lead as he comes out of turn number 2? He gets around Jay Rushing just fine, and they make their way through turns 1 and 2 here once again. Justin Day working on the inside of Rushing. He'll get the job done. And now David Forch, he has actually slipped back even further from Justin Day, so that's going to really slow up Forch's run here for that second spot. As you see Forch or getting down into the corners, you really see that slick spot really starting to form in the middle of that racetrack here into turn number 1, as we see Isaiah Adams work on the inside here of these couple lap trucks. And now he's got to find his way around that number 43 of Ryan McClurg, heading down into turn number 1 and 2. The 10 machine now able to get back to the back bumper. No, he does not. Nolan McClurg has issues in that number 16 machine, and caution will come out here once again at Bristol. The truck just got out from underneath of him. As you see, he's trying to get it turned back around, but he had to come off. He did back up into that pit wall there. But again, our second caution of the day for a single car spin. So that's going to rack these guys up as we're going to get ready to do it all over again. Alright, so we have a couple takers down here on the pit road. Willie Smith in that number 3 machine. Ryan McClurg in the 43 as well. And Robbie Holzhauser in the 84. He will come down pit road as the field comes out of turn number 4. And we should see the lights come off right there, as we're going to get ready to go back green flag racing this next time by. Justin Day will go to the outside of Isaiah Adams as we going to get ready to let these guys loose. Isaiah Adams, Justin Day, David Forch, and Jonathan Day, they will bring the field back to the green flag as your top 4. And we are green flag racing once again here at Bristol. Isaiah Adams gets a good jump there as he will retake that top spot, as we have a couple of trucks getting a little bit loose there in turns 1 and 2. Drop back here to that number 91 of Stephen Linger. He's trying to get around the the 87 of Brian Cook. The 91 is Stephen Linger. We did have a couple trucks bounce off the outside wall there. Your top 5-6 drivers are single file now. And then you come back here to Stephen Linger in that number 91. He's still trying to get it to work around the inside, but he's not able to get to the back bumper of the 87 of Brian Cook here, as they will continue to circle around this speedway as we have crossed over to the halfway point of this race. Oh, the 92, Josh Westendorf, gets way sideways. He may or may not have gotten into the inside wall there, but his truck does still look pretty clean. So I don't think we have to worry. Yeah, he did not get into that inside wall whatsoever. But that was pretty darn close there for sure. But now Stephen Linger making a run here on the 87 of Brian Cook for that 6th position. Still not able to get it down there. But now Brian Cook, he's going to try to work on the back of the 51 of Stephen Blevins as they come down the back straightaway, back into turns 3 and 4. Blevins gets way sideways, and that's going to open up the outside lane here for Brian Cook to make a run, and he will get there. And now Blevins, he will block off Steven Linger from getting a run, but now Linger, he's planning on trying to make a run here as well, but still not able to make it work around that inside of this track, as he just loses a lot of momentum coming out of these corners. But he's still trying to make it work. As you see that that darkness around the outside keep pushing up more and more around the outside. So these trucks are going to start running that cushion on the outside. As right now everything has settled down back here for the time being, for the moment. Willie Smith in that number 3 machine. He is now trying to work his way back through the field after pitting under that last caution, as he is having trouble actually getting around the 91 of Stephen Linger. Willie Smith in that number 3, he's been one of the fastest trucks all day long, still having trouble trying to remake all that ground that he had, early on in this race, as he was running right about that 4th or 5th position when that caution came out. Now he's right there on the back bumper of Linger. Linger did a couple quick loose sideways right there, and that's slowed up his momentum. And here comes that 3, flying it around the outside. He'll move up into the 7th spot, and now he sets his sights on Stephen Blevins and that number 51 machine as they make their way down the front straightaway here. As Blevins, he's trying to look on the inside of Cook, but here comes that 3 machine. Nolan McClurg once again has issues here on the exit of turn number 4 in that number 16 machine. Let's take a look here and see what happened. Is he just completely lost it in front of the 92 machine. The 92, good heads up driving out of Josh Westendorf, and that's going to put Nolan McClurg into the pits. And we're going to slow it down here once again at Bristol Motor Speedway. A lot of drivers now electing to come down pit road to get some fresh tires. And that's going to leave Justin Day, Stephen Blevins, and Stephen Linger out. Alrighty, now everybody's gonna make their way out of the pits. So Justin Day in that number 10 machine, he is going to be now sitting on the front row for this restart. And he'll be joined by Stephen Blevins in that number 51 machine. as the rest of the field will catch up here to the back of this field. As they get themselves sorted out, we're coming here through 3 and 4. Pace truck is getting ready to pull off as Justin Day, Stephen Blevins will bring the field back to the green flag here on Sensational TV as these drivers quickly make their way into turns 1 and 2. Justin Day, he will take over that race lead. Willie Smith in that number 3, he will take over that 3rd spot as he is trying to make his way back to that 1st and 2nd positions here. As you see Willie working that inside lane for the that 2nd spot. He's going to wrap it around, swing it high. He'll lose a little bit of momentum there after getting way too sideways, but they will drag race down in the 87 of Brian Cook. He's around here on the front straightaway. Caution will come out. Tough break for that number 87 machine of Brian Cook. Let's come back here and take a look, see what happened as these drivers were coming here out of turn number 4. The 11 came up and it looks like he just got him just a little bit. Tough break there for Brian Cook. Yeah, he just came up and got into the side of that 87 of Brian Cook. As we are going to work our 4th caution on the day. Alrighty guys, we're gonna double them up and do it all over again. As we will come to, I believe, just about 29 laps to go. The iRacing.com pace truck pulls off. Back in the hands of Justin Day, and we are green flag racing here once again. Blevins, he does not get to a good jump, and that sacks up that outside lane. And that quickly opens up the door for Willie Smith to take over that 2nd spot. Blevins into the outside wall as they are looking to go 3 wide here on the exit of turn number 4. Now they are 3 wide, keeping banging doors, still banging doors behind them. As you see the 11, I believe that's Isaiah Adams, being door to door with the Stephen Linger and that number 91 machine. Still beating and banging down the back straightaway is the number 91 and 11 machines. Out of turn number 4, still battling it out here for that 4th spot. Isaiah Adams, he will take it over. As you see, David Forge, he's finally trying to make his way back up towards the front of this field. After going down onto pit road, he's trying to make it work around the outside here of the 91 of Linger. So far, not able to do it. Now he will get him cleared, and now he can set sights on that number 11 machine of Isaiah Adams as he fights side by side in front of them with Linger for that third spot. And now Forge, he's working on the inside of Blevins as they come out of turn number 4. He will get him cleared by a nose. Now David Forge, he's got his eyes set on Isaiah Adams, his teammate, as they make their way down the back straightaway back here into turns 3 and 4. Isaiah Adams, he has been wicked fast all day long. Will he have enough time to catch Willie Smith and Justin Day? Oh, we got trouble. Jonathan Day, he's back around, and that is going to bring out our caution with just a little over 12, or just about 12 laps left. So definitely very unfortunate. This is not what Justin Day wanted to see here late in this run. Let's come back here and see what happened to Jonathan Day, that number 80 machine. The 92 got sideways in front of him, and 92 into the tire barrier, or into the water barrels. I'm sure that gave Josh Westendorf quite a bit of damage there on the front end of that machine. As we try to get a good look here. Yeah, there it is right there. So quarter panel missing on the 92. Justin Day has got to be thinking, what do I have to do to keep these drivers behind me? Day has been fast all day long. In his heat race, he was out dominating. This later half of this race, he's been dominating here. But now he's got Willie Smith to his outside, Isaiah Adams behind him, and then you got David Fortune to 06 on the outside of Adams. So he's got 3 other really fast trucks directly behind him. He's going to try to figure out how to keep this race lead, as we have just under 10 laps to go here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Now the question is going to be, what will Day have to do to win this race? And let's see if he makes the right choices here in the closing laps to keep those fast trucks behind him. As your pace truck gets ready to pull off, it is back in the hands of Justin Day. And we are green flag racing. Willie Day gets way sideways, and that definitely helps out Day there. As Willie Smith, he will fall all the way back to 3rd. And now he's got Forch right there behind him, as they are riding around that inside, while Willie Smith, he's holding strong on the outside for that 3rd spot. Isaiah Adams, he will come into 2nd here with 7 laps to go. Forch not able to make that inside lane work. He's going to have to figure something else out, as Isaiah, he's going to try his hand around the bottom. As Day, he goes down to block. 6 laps to go now here at Bristol. Willie Smith back on the back bumper of that number 11 machine. However, he gets up into the wall. And unfortunately, he's up into the wall, and that's going to bring them nose to tail there for that third position. Justin Day pulling away here now with 5 laps to go. Now, Isaiah Adams all the way around the outside. He's looking for that speed and momentum. While Justin Day, he's riding around the inside, taking the shorter way around. But here comes Isaiah Adams now. 4 laps to go. It is going to come down to the wire, ladies and gentlemen, down the back straightaway. Adams looking to the inside. He's looking for the position as they come through turns 3 and 4. Day, he's going to do the crossover as he gets onto the inside of Adams here. 3 laps to go here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Isaiah Adams, Justin Day battling it out for that top spot. Isaiah Adams was able to clear him. What can Day do? Can he make any sort of run here on Isaiah Adams? Blake Hewlett, he is around in the 73, and the caution is out. Blake Hewlett and Jonathan Day both hard into that inside wall. Just Blake Hewlett getting absolutely sideways and Jonathan Day nowhere to go. Isaiah Adams, he will bring this field back to the green flag. And now he's asking, what do I have to do to keep these guys back behind me? That last restart and the restart before that, second place, they all spun their tires and did not get going. But will this be different out of Justin Day and that number 10 machine? Will he be able to keep up with Isaiah Adams and possibly make a run onto his outside? Or will Willie Smith or David Forge, will they be a benefactor and get themselves up into that second spot? It will all come down to this, ladies and gentlemen, as we are in a green-white checkered. Hold on tight, ladies and gentlemen. It's about to get hectic out here on this speedway. The pace truck is off. It is in the hands of Isaiah Adams. And we are green flag racing once again here. Really good start on that outside there for Justin Day. But Willie Smith, he's looking to get a run on the outside. Day, he is now all over the back bumper of that 11 machine. Day, he will hit the wall. Forge, he will get around Willie Smith for that third spot, but Willie Smith, he comes firing back. White flag is in the air. Isaiah Adams starting to pull away here from everybody else. Now, Justin Day is in second. David Forge, he will take over third as they come through turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Checkered flag waves for Isaiah Adams and that number 11 Carbon Performance RC Products machine as he will take home the race win here at Bristol Dirt, followed by Justin Day and that number 10 All Day Racing machine. And Isaiah Adams' teammate David Forch with No Mercy Mafia Carbon Performance RC products. As they will come down and celebrate together. What a race we got to witness here at Bristol Motor Speedway. We were unsure of what was going to happen, but at the end of the day, Isaiah Adams, wicked fast all day long. He will bring it home as he begins his burnout here on the front straightaway. As he is doing his burnouts, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and take a look at our race results. Blew up his motor. Isaiah Adams, he will come home first after leading 55 laps, the most laps led all day long. Justin Day in that number 10 machine, he will bring it home second, followed by David Forch in that number 06 machine. Fourth is going to be Willie Smith, followed by Stephen Blevins to round out your top 5. Brian Cook, Stephen Linger, Josh Westendorf, Brian Day, and Ryan McClurg will round out your top 10. Robbie Holzhauser, Jay Rushing, Blake Hewlett, Jonathan Day, Nolan McClurg will round out your field of 15 here at Bristol Motor Speedway. And Terrence Murphy in that number 5 machine was not able to get his truck fired, so he will bring home in that 16th spot. Your pole position went to Isaiah Adams, who also had the fastest lap, who led the most laps. Your hard charger of the day is Brian Day. He moved up 7 spots to finish 9th. We did go for a total of 79 laps around this half-mile speedway for 40 miles. And we did have a couple different leaders here today. And total of 6 cautions here today. But what an incredible run overall here for these drivers. Let's go ahead and see what we can do about talking to our top 3. Let me make sure that they are up and ready to go. Give me one moment here, guys. I apologize. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and bring up David Forch, driver of that number 06 machine. David, this is Mike up in the booth. Do you got a copy, buddy?
I sure do, good sir.
David, man, what an incredible run out of that 06 machine. You were absolutely strong all day. You pitted early on and then fought your way all the way back to third. outrunning Willie Smith in that number 3 there on the final 2 laps there. What was your day like coming up through the heats and then this long feature? How fast was that 06?
I mean, it was blazing fast. I was very happy with how it was handling. I wasn't really content with my exit speed. Every time I'd gain in the entry and middle, I'd just lose it on exit. So I'd just watch Isaiah and Justin kind of scoot away from me. And as the track started moving up, I started kind of moving up with it, and that kind of gave me some additional speed. And yeah, I mean, it was a wild event, that's for sure. Pitting early, don't know if that was the best idea, but it definitely wasn't the worst idea. You know, I gotta give props to Willie. He drove his wheels off today, and he honestly kind of deserved the 3rd place. That last caution kind of boned everybody up and gave me the preferred line. And yeah, I almost thought about backing down, but there was no real way that I could do so without losing a lot of ground, because I knew he worked his backside off to get there. So I feel for him. He deserves a top 3 here soon on a Monday.
Oh yeah, definitely. The time is definitely coming for Willie Smith to get into the top 3. But man, just what a incredible run for you in that 06 machine. Is there anybody that you would like to thank before I let you go today?
Yeah, I mean, I got to thank Isaiah for kind of giving me a little bit of a pep talk in practice, kind of got me changing my throttle inputs to make a better corner, you know, throughout. But my girl, obviously, for being here, making sure my dog doesn't interrupt me mid-corner and, you know, all that fun stuff. Carbon Performance RC for, you know, all the support that they do through here and through my Coke Series qualifying, and Willie for, you know, being a badass crew chief and being a top contender. And you know, it sucks that he didn't get the top 3, but you know, I feel a little bit happy that I was able to hold him off at least. You know, it's a bittersweet thing because, you know,
Yeah.
he's definitely my marker. He's who I'm aiming to match in times and everything like that. So.
Yeah, definitely. It's always great to be able to outrun the guy that you're looking up to. But David, congratulations, buddy, on your 3rd place, and we'll see you next week when we head over to Charlotte in the FIA Cross Car.
Oh boy, that's gonna be suck. I mean, fun.
Alrighty, David. We'll see you then, buddy.
See ya, buddy. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, driver of that number 06 machine, David Forch. Now let's bring up the runner-up driver of that number 10 all-day racing, Justin Day. Justin, it's Mike up at the booth. Do you got a copy?
Yes, sir. How's it going?
It is going fabulous. Justin, what an incredible day of racing. You know, you were out front there for about 25 laps. And then Isaiah was able to catch you there on that second to the final restart. But man, just what an awesome day for you. You won your heat race and you just came out, you know, firing on all cylinders here today. How fast was that Ford F-150 today?
Oh, I don't know if you noticed, but she had flames on her, so she was moving pretty quick. She was fast.
Oh yeah, I definitely noticed the flames for sure. But man, just what an incredible day for you. You know, what were your thoughts when that second to the last caution came out? You know, you were actually starting to build up a lead there on Isaiah. So what was going through your head when that caution came out?
Honestly, like, dang it. You know, because I think I would have won. You know, I had a pretty strong lead against everybody else. I think the only person close to me was Willie. And then those last restarts gave everybody the chance to tighten it back up and get one on me.
Yeah, definitely. And next week we're heading over to the Charlotte Rally Cross for the FIA Cross Car. What's it going to take for you to bring home the W in Charlotte?
I don't want to sound too confident, but the FIA Cross Car is one of my favorite cars, so I'm hoping to do pretty well.
Alrighty. And is there anybody that you'd like to give a shout out to before I let you go today?
Yep, always the family and everybody running this. Shout out to you for broadcasting it. And good race tonight to everybody that raced in it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, congratulations, Justin, on your runner-up, and we'll see you next week in Charlotte.
Alrighty, man.
All right, that is going to be your runner-up driver of that all-day racing number 10 machine, Justin Day. And let's bring up the man of the hour, Isaiah Adams, driver of that number 11 Carbon Performance RC. Man, Isaiah, what a wicked race for you here today. Definitely class of the field. You came out strong in your heat race, and then you came out and led the most laps of 55 laps. And man, tell me how fast that Carbon number 11 was today.
Man, this thing was wicked fast. I mean, during practice, I was 2/10 faster than everybody. I mean, this thing was just on rails tonight.
Oh yeah, and you know that second to last caution, Justin was starting to pull away from you there right before that caution came out. Were you praying for caution, or were you thinking that your day was going to be done?
Oh, I thought I was done for, but I was really hoping for a caution. But I seen Willie up there racing him. I was hoping he could slow him down for me, but Willie got in the wall. Then I was like, please, caution come out, and it did. So.
Oh yeah, definitely. And man, that final restart, now everything was flipped on you. You had Justin and Willie and David all behind you, and you got that really great jump into one. And after you got cleared, did you know that at that point you were pretty much good to go?
Yeah, pretty much. Once I seen Justin fell back and I got to the high line again, I knew it was pretty much that race. Okay, I just knew it.
Beautiful. And before I let you go, Isaiah, is there anybody that you'd like to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I want to shout out to my dad in there watching, and David and Willie practicing with me and helping get this thing lined out.
Alrighty, well, congratulations on your race win here at Bristol, buddy, and we'll see you next week when we head to Charlotte Rally for the FIA Cross Car. We'll see you then, buddy.
Yeah, it should be a fun one to see you, buddy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, your race winner here at Bristol Dirt, your round number 8 winner, Isaiah Adams, in that Carbon Performance machine. What an incredible day of racing here at Bristol Motor Speedway. And man, I can't tell you how pleased I am with the racing action that we saw here today. Congratulations to Isaiah Adams on your race win here. Justin Day, David Forch, what an incredible run out of those guys. And definitely want to give out a big shout out to Willie Smith, driver of that number 3 truck. He came out fighting with everything he had, and he did once again fall up one spot short of making it to the podium. But next week we will be heading over to Charlotte Rally Cross as we take out the brand new FIA Cross Car to go over some jumpity jumps over in Charlotte. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for joining us right here on the Sensational TV. And always remember, ladies and gentlemen, no matter what you do in life, have fun doing it. If it's not fun, well, you go make it fun. And until next time, I hope you all have a sensational time zones. See ya next time.
Sensational TV YouTube channel. Don't fucking miss it.